Hello guys, welcome to Viva Barca, welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, and welcome to the home of every Barcelona lover. In this episode, we are going to be discussing the very latest from FC Barcelona as usual, starting with Xavi Hernandez, who just had an interview with ESPN, discussing and talking about his admiration for the Barca coaching role as usual. And it was even funny for me because he spoke how he's very ready to coach Barca at the moment, but Ronald Koeman needs to be respected because he's still the boss of Barca. And this is the very Xavi that he has been linked to Barca ever since, especially when Koeman's job was still at risk to be lost. And of course, we are going to be discussing much more about many things he said in that interview with ESPN. Then secondly, we will be discussing on some two Barcelona outcasts who are unwilling to leave the club. Of course, we know there are a number of players that their departures are imminent as it stands. So who are these two players? We'll be discussing on them as we move ahead, so stay tuned. Then also, we will discuss the latest action from UEFA, concerning the disciplinary actions they launched against Barca, Real and Juve, who are still in the Super League. It has been reported that UEFA has suspended that disciplinary action temporarily. So we'll discuss more on that as we move ahead. Then lastly, we'll be discussing about some pre-arrangements that have just recently been made, concerning the pre-season, as Manchester City and Barcelona have reached an agreement over a Camp Nou match in late August. We'll be discussing more on that as we progress. So guys, as we get right into those interesting stories, if you are new to this channel or if you haven't clicked on that subscribe button below, please endeavor to do so to always stay up to date with every latest from Barcelona here on Viva Barca. And also ensure you watch this video right up to the very end to get all the details you won't want to miss. Barca, Barca. Xavi Hernandez has been talking once again about the possibility of taking charge of Barcelona and says he now feels ready for the role. The former midfielder has turned down the job in the past, but his latest comment suggests if Barca asks again, then he could well say yes this time around. I am always on the market. The club decided to continue with Koeman and I wish him the best. In these last 4 months, I have not had my contact, with Laporta or anyone from the board. I don't know when the moment will arrive, but for me, it will be a dream to return to Barca one day. I'm in no rush, honestly, but I hope it happens. I understand people may think I am not ready, but I want to make it clear that I am. I know the club, the environment, I am coaching at a professional level, not kids, and I feel prepared. People also criticized Pep Guardiola and Zinedine Zidane before they took charge at Barca and Real Madrid, but Koeman is the coach now and you have to respect that. I don't want there to be a permanent debate about that. Xavi was also asked about how he would feel about coaching players he used to play with and insisted it wouldn't mean a problem to him. He added, I see that as an advantage and outside I am coaching players I played with. Yet the Assad coach also insisted he wouldn't be interested in heading back to Barcelona and coaching the B team before taking on the senior side. It's not my idea to coach Barca B. To be honest, I am coaching in men's football and consider the B team a development team. I'm working with a professional football in the elite. No, that wouldn't be the idea. Barcelona will start the new season with Ronald Koeman in charge for a second campaign with the Catalan Giants, while Xavi will once again take charge of Assad after signing a 2-year contract extension in May. Moving on to the next story, with the transfer window almost upon us, Barcelona have been one of the most active clubs in the early off-season. The Catalan have already brought in as many as 3 players, with more expected to come through the doors in the upcoming weeks. At the same time, there will also be several exits from the Camp Nou. Indeed, there are quite a few players on the current roster that are deemed surplus to requirements. 2 of such players are Philipe Coutinho and Umititi, who, as per report from Sport, are unwilling to leave the club this summer. Umititi has long lost his allure, having struggled with the repeated knee injuries, which has seen him drop down the pecking order at Barcelona. The Blaugrana have made it clear to the Frenchman that he is not part of the plans going forward, but the defender himself has not shown any indication of wanting to leave. Contracted to 2023, Umtiti's exorbitant wages and his sketchy injury record has meant there are not many suitors for him in the market either, making things difficult for Barca. As for Coutinho, the Brazilian has done little to nothing to justify Barcelona's record transfer fee investment in him back in January 2018. Having spent the 2019-2020 season away on loan at Bayern Munich, the playmaker, was reintroduced back into the fold by Ronald Koeman, only for him to succumb to a season-ending injury towards the end of 2020. Having undergone surgery on the injured knee in April, Coutinho is on the recovery trail currently. While Barcelona have put him on the transfer list for the summer, there is a feeling for resignation within the camp, as the 29-year-old is unlikely to attract many tweeters. Much like the last two transfer windows, Coutinho, like Umititi, is contracted with the club till 2023. Given Barcelona's financial plight, player sales will be critical for them to be able to add more new faces to the roster, and there is some optimism surrounding the potential departures of Miralem Pjanic and Junior Firpo, but as things stand, the same cannot be said of Umititi and Coutinho. On to the next story. European football's governing body UEFA has issued a statement providing an update regarding the disciplinary proceedings against Barcelona, Real Madrid and Juventus, who remain the only three founding clubs involved in the formation of the breakaway competition. The official statement, relayed by Miro, says that UEFA will be temporarily halting all sanctions-related proceedings against the three clubs, Barcelona, Real and Juve, have been vocally in support of the competition and have released joint statements saying they will continue to be involved in plotting the project. After the three clubs condemned UEFA's exploit to take legal action against them, the body's latest statement reads, following the opening of disciplinary proceedings against Barcelona, Juve, and Real Madrid for a potential violation of UEFA's legal framework in connection with the so-called Super League project, the UEFA appeals body has decided to stay the proceedings until further notice. However, they will not be backing off permanently and state that the legal action will resume as soon as possible with accordance with the EU laws and the UEFA appeals body regulations. They remain adamant on defending their position. This indefinite suspension certainly means that, for now, Barcelona, Juventus and Real Madrid have no risk of not featuring in next season's Champions League. However, Barcelona's involvement in the European Super League will also depend on the sources' vote, updates on which may come in the club general assembly in July. UEFA's statement came shortly after the updates on all Premier League club sanctions were announced, where all 6 English clubs will have to pay a cumulative sum of approximately 25 million euros. And on to the final story of this episode, Manchester City and FC Barcelona have reportedly reached an agreement to play 2 matches at the Camp Nou this summer. The Premier League and the La Liga giants will meet in the Joan Gamper Trophy, which is an annual friendly usually held in August before the start of FC Barcelona's La Liga season. Barlo states that there is an intention for both the men's and women's teams of Barcelona and Man City to face each other, with a match dedicated to former Barcelona coach Juan Carlos Unzué, who was diagnosed with motor neuron disease in June 2020. As such, all proceeds generated from the match-up between the Premier League and La Liga heavyweights will be donated to research. While it dare to be confirmed by either club, one option that has been suggested, according to the information by Paul Barlos, is to play in the week of August 23rd, with both the Premier League and La Liga already underway by that stage. Man City and Barcelona have faced off in this tournament once before, with the Blues securing a 1-0 victory over the then European champions thanks to a first-half strike from Martin Petrov back in 2009. So guys, with that we come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching and I hope you did enjoy the video. If you haven't clicked on that subscribe button, please ensure you do so to always stay up to date with everything Barca here on Viva Barca. Until next time, Fisca El Barca!